Hello, Senior Stoner fans. It's the real Senior Stoner back at you for your Puffco Peak dab of the day. An old faithful. Today's Monday, the start of what used to be a work week, but what continues to be isolation. How do we deal with the pain in isolation? How do we deal with pain that just puts us down? I was put down yesterday. How do we deal with that? Pills don't work, medication doesn't work, laying down doesn't work, nothing stops it. What do? You got to keep on going. Okay, but that's too simplistic to say, oh, just keep pushing. Can't just say that anymore. There's got to be a good way to help people. There's got to be a good way to help folks like me. And here's what I think we need to do. Even stronger than the medicine I prescribed yesterday. That's right, even stronger than family and friends. Do you remember when you were a little kid, you drove to school or to camp, and you saw that thing you loved, the animal, the horse, the donkey, the deer? My favorite was Blackie. And I used to just poke my head above the sill of the car in the back seat to see if I could see Blackie the horse. And he hung out by high tension wires. He didn't have a rope on or anything, just sat there, stood there. Good old Blackie. Why am I talking about good old Blackie? Because sometimes it's more important than those that are near us. Sometimes it's more important to bring a thought of something very old, something very good, something 100% reliable. The memory of the milkman bringing milk every day, or of the kid throwing the paper onto the step. How about the good humor truck when you were a little good boy or a little good girl? And how about the smell of grandma's cooking at a holiday? Or the taste of it when you snuck into the kitchen before you were supposed to and put your finger in whatever it was. They never yelled at you. They told you they loved you. It was unconditional love. It was a time of no pain. And it was a time of smiles on your face and running around and doing bad boy little things or bad girl little things. Well, wouldn't you like to repeat that? Wouldn't you like that safe space to be here right now? What would you do if Grandma could sit next to us? Grandma, your safe space, and tell you it's going to be all right. Would that help? Would that help you take a deep breath if you can't? Would that help take the pain away when you're in the pain that can't go away? I don't know. But in the face of my pain, what comes clear is when I see Mrs. Stoner, when I see my grandparents, when I see my mother, when I see my sister, I see people that love me. And unconditional love is very, very important during these times. Even if it's not really close to you, even if you can't touch it, or even see it anymore, or even hear it anymore, you've had unconditional love in your life somewhere. So it's time to bring up that memory. Fish it out of the old dusty box and say to yourself, hold on a second. I've been loved. I've been loved unconditionally. Life's tough now, but I've been loved. My grandma loved me. My grandpa took me everywhere. My uncle Samoan took me everywhere too. Find that person. Find that sweet spot, if you will, and it will get to the pain. It will get to the pain. I promise it will get to the pain. And then you got to hammer that sweet spot home. And you got to bathe in it. And you got to try to remember something specific about the cooking that Grandma did. Her chicken salad was the best. It was, and I searched the world for chicken salad, by the way, and there's none that compares. Mrs. Stoner gets really close, but there's none that compare to my grandmother's chicken salad. And was it a taste that I liked? Yeah, but you know what it was more than the taste that I liked? The fact that she mushed it and did the work on it for me, for her grandson. No matter what I did wrong, she was always there for me. And my grandfather was always there for me. Now, think back to your memories of the safe times. Start bringing them out. The reason for this, because when you're hit like I am with these horrible pains, bring out a memory of when it was really good and when it was innocent. Innocent is the key, because there's no negativity. Innocent. Innocent as the white dove flying in the air. And if you can find that, you will find safe space. And safe space is space that pain doesn't look the same. We're trying to obfuscate the pain. Remember, we can't make it go away. We decided that. It ain't going anywhere. So we got to learn to deal with it. Let's try to make it so it's not so sharp. Let's try to make it so it's really hard to see that pain. And yet, how to do that? By seeing other stuff in front of it. Let's put some other stuff in front of the pain so only the little bits poke through, instead of the pain staring us in the face and us trying to find something. Let's reverse it. Let's take the thing that is illusionary, elusive, we're trying to find, the thing that makes us feel safe and happy, even if it's a thought, and then it'll start degrading and making the pain harder to see. That's all this is about, and it's one step at a time. Everything we do here on Senior Stoner is about one step at a time. The other thing it's about, we've talked about this a lot, is going back to basics. That's why I have the Puffco Peak out. Puffco Peak has seen me through some very difficult times. And why won't it see me through these times as well? Let's turn it on and let the peak start talking to us. Because we have to chip away at things. We have to chip away at those gnarly edges of the pain. We have to chip away at the residual that stays with us from the pain and makes us tired and not want to do anything because of the pain. And try to put something else in that picture. Try to put something more pleasant in that picture of a time when maybe there wasn't any pain. Yes, there are times like that in our lives before the pain started. All we can do is the best that we can. Cheers. This is the Real Senior Stoner, hoping that all of us find the tool to obfuscate the pain, to replace the vision of the pain with a vision of something safe and something pleasurable. This is the Real Senior Stoner. Cheers.